Yolanda Johnson, who this would not have been possible without her help in coming down and training us and staying on top of us and making sure that we were doing what we were supposed to be doing when we were supposed to be doing it, at least most of the time. And really the entire street law team, it's just such a joy for all of us in the department to work with. Steve Otero, who's here tonight, stood up our pro bono program back in 2011, and since then we've had the great fortune of working with a number of nonprofit clients and individuals over the years, but nothing has mobilized and engaged our team like street law. So often as lawyers we sit behind desks and take calls and write emails, and sometimes that's the nature of pro bono, the pro bono work that we do. But the ability to connect directly with students through street law is a powerful thing. And everyone from our administrative assistants all the way up through our senior vice presidents are always lined up to help, and we routinely have more volunteers than we have spots. I grew up in rural Virginia in a place called the Northern Neck, which I guarantee 95% of the people in this room haven't heard of, which not only has a high poverty rate like Richmond, but it also has a captive population. People that grow up there tend to stay there. Growing up, it was hard to envision life for myself outside of the Northern Neck because I wasn't even aware of all the possibilities and opportunities that were available to me. It wasn't until I got a job through a friend at a vet's office that my whole world opened up. I so loved the job for the vet that I worked for, and because he took the time to talk to me about college and veterinary school, and opened up the door to new possibilities for me. I was always a good student, but I studied even harder and became the first person in my family to go to college. Obviously, my career path changed somewhat. I am not a veterinarian today. But it sparked a momentum and a fire in me that is still there today. And I vowed back then to give back to students like me, to show them a world of possibilities, to help them think big and achieve their dreams. So 3 years ago, when one of our attorneys, who was heavily involved with the ACC's local chapter, raised this idea with me, I was immediately on board. Since then, we've had an incredible partnership with Mr. Scott, Richmond Public Schools, and we continue to expand our involvement with them through the Legal Diversity Pipeline Program, and now more recently through the Legal Life Skills for Youth program. Special thanks to Mr. Scott, Yolanda, and all the folks at Street Law who work tirelessly to make these programs come to life. I'd like to also thank some other folks who are here tonight, Capital One, Kenneth Bailey, Bridget Mills, Erwin Sitt, Jamie Spector, Diana Muse, all of whom are here and participate in our Street Law program. I'd also like to thank Meredith Fuchs, who leads our diversity and inclusion program, and Virginia Hudson, who could not be here tonight, who has led the charge for our Legal Life Skills program, and all the other dozens of volunteers from Capital One who couldn't be here tonight, who've made our time with the students possible. Everyone in our department has a different story, a different passion, a different way that they want to interact with these kids, and there's a place for everyone to help. As is always the case with volunteering, and nowhere is it more true than it is with street law. All of us have received far more in return than we have given. It seems almost redundant to receive an award for something that's already so rewarding, but on behalf of all of us at Capital One, thank you so, so much.